Hey everyone, I'm Max Lopez, and this is the Blue Wave. So, we have some shocking breaking news coming out of Trump's recent visit to Arlington National Cemetery. And for a party that wants to try to accuse Tim Walz of quote unquote stolen valor for not going to war in Afghanistan after he had served out his term. This is just some perhaps shocking breaking news, but also not too shocking knowing what we know about Trump and his goons. So flip on over here. This says Trump aide pushed Arlington Cemetery employee who tried to enforce rules, Army says. A Trump official abruptly pushed an Arlington National Cemetery employee during former President Donald Trump's visit on Monday, a U.S. Army spokesperson said. The employee was trying to ensure that Trump and his entourage complied with rules barring political activities at American military cemeteries. Trump's campaign since the incident Monday has posted online images from his visit to Arlington's Section 60, where some service members killed in Afghanistan and Iraq are buried, where recording is typically restricted. And then, so that's 45 minutes ago. So we'll flip on over here to this other article that's a bit more recent. And it says, unfairly attacked Army Defense Cemetery employee involved in Trump incident. The National Cemetery Arlington staffer who tried to stop the Trump campaign from filming a video among the graves of recently fallen service members has declined to press charges, according to a statement released Thursday by the Army that said that the employee and her professionalism was unfairly attacked. The updated statement also defended the actions of the employee, who the military has opted not to name publicly due to privacy and safety concerns. So, wow, has this little cemetery visit unraveled and turned into this debacle for Trump. It's against the law to use military cemeteries in campaign, as that article pointed out. And now that it's coming out that a staffer, in fact, tried to inform Trump's entourage about the rules. Hey, you can't record here. And this is just typical Trumpism right here, right? They literally barge right on past them and say, who do you think you are? The rules don't apply to us. Who do you think you are? I mean, is that not the ultimate form and indulgence in privilege of power in this country? And this is what I don't get about all of the working class people out there, all of the independents and middle of the road Americans who work hard for what they have, who support this guy and line up behind him. This guy who was born with a silver spoon in his mouth and was given a huge inheritance by his wealthy father, right? Who, unfortunately for all of us, didn't really treat him all that well, unfortunately. And he squandered it all away on all these businesses that failed. And, we're stuck with this version of Trump because really politics has been his most successful grift that he's been able to have. So, this guy's born with a silver spoon in his mouth, and he's never worked a single day in his life for anything, and he's never helped out any American people with a single day of his administration. And he continually disrespects Americans, fallen soldiers, anyone he disagrees with, anyone that has any sort of difference of political view is made to be an enemy in his eyes. Yet we have so much of the country lining up behind him. And this is an incident where in a perfect normal world, right, a campaign staffer pushing past, physically pushing themselves past a member of the army, informing them about the laws in which campaigns are to follow when they are in the presence of a military cemetery. That should end Trump's campaign, but it won't. Right? It won't. Just like Trump making fun of the New York Times reporter back in 2016 who, has special needs and didn't end his campaign, just like the locker room talk clip that leaked out didn't end his campaign. It's because we have a big chunk of the country that's willing to look past the ugliness of Donald Trump, right? They're not looking at this ugliness that we see, pushing past staffers, all this other stuff I've mentioned, right? Because Trump he represents a vision of the country, and he taps into grievances that many, many people have in this country, right? So to them, Trump's on their team no matter what, right? It doesn't matter how ugly he is and how he conducts himself in a debate or at a public ceremony or anywhere, right? On January 6th. So, this is another incident where it should be something that hurts Donald Trump in the polls. It probably won't, but this is upsetting, to have military people who died, right? Who literally like gave up their life to protect our country. To have them so flippantly just used as just a prop in Trump's world. And the things that he said about McCain as well, like, what other evidence do we need about how Trump feels about anyone that he thinks is lesser, right? He doesn't care. He is in this for himself. He'll use anything as a prop. There's no limits, right? Dead Americans, nothing's off limits for him to use for political power, even when the rules say you can't do it. But this is where we're seeing that the modern version of the Republican Party is so entrenched in their white privilege, so entrenched in it, that they don't think that the rules should apply to them, because they think that they have a right to rule this country based on what Trump is telling them, right? And we've seen Donald Trump dabble with these, at times, racist rhetoric, right? And we've seen him continually bait people into having a certain worldview based on their kind of predisposed fears that they have about the world. And that's just such a, do we want to lead this country based on our fears, based on things we don't want, based on having to shut people out? Or do we want to lead this country based on hope and based on making this country a bigger and better place for people to live, and welcoming everybody and uplifting all members of our society as much as we can? That's what I'm opting for. That's what I believe the Harris Walls campaign is opting for. And, you know, it's just absurd to hear Donald Trump criticize John McCain, go to these press releases and say that military that have died are suckers and losers, and for him to go to a cemetery and say, no, the rules don't apply to me. I'm doing my photo op here. I don't care. The rules don't apply to me. You know, that's just it's very telling about who Trump is. It's not surprising, but it is still disgusting to this day to see the behavior continually be have excuses be made for, right, as well by the right. So yeah, let's beat this guy. Let's beat this guy at the polls. Not with bullets. Not with bullets. At the ballot box. Let's beat this guy and put him away once and for all. That's all I got for you guys in this one. I'll catch you guys in the next video. If you like the content, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video to somebody that's involved or wants to get involved in the election. And we'll see you in the next one. All right. Peace out.